Greetings, my fellow Shek. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Kenshi Shek's Conquest, episode 27, Turtle Sandwich. Alarm raised. I think the game just bugged out. It's probably because I just grabbed someone that was unconscious and it's like, you know, illegal or whatever. Bummer, because last I checked, this cage had someone in it, so clearly they decided I belonged in there instead. Jackbot is trying his best to carry Cowley, and then everybody else is just making a break for it. Another way to like sort of deny them the ability to hurt us if they're melee is just get in the water, because you can't really attack other people while they're swimming. So everybody could just take a dip in the water and chill for a minute. It's odd, but effective. Headshot is no longer getting shot by that mounted crossbow person, but her leg is all sorts of not working. So I think what I'm going to do is to try to put... Yeah, look at them. Look at them all like, you've evaded us by the simple fact of using hydroponics or something, I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to unload Rockvin and have Rockvin go help Headshot. So sharp point, you trade with Rockvin. Alright, so Rockvin is no longer encumbered. And all of you start swimming up river. Foley is helping Trapper Keeper. And Headshot will be rescued in just a second before her leg falls off. Foley's not running away, he's just healing Trapper Keeper. In fact, now that you've stopped his critical bleeds, let's all travel together. And then all I have to do is go back for Kang at some point. So Kang, you can heal yourself. He also might be able to break out of the prison himself. As long as my bounty doesn't go above 10k, it will time out. And then any one of this group, like Fang here, who actually doesn't have a bounty on himself, can actually go in and probably bail Kang out, pay the 5k, rather than have Kang try to escape. But what I'll try to do is I'll try to have Kang escape, or rather, what I could do is to have you all decide on that. So here, let me pull for that. What should I do? Try to have Kang escape or pay the bail. So I'm stopping the bleeding from Headshot with Rockvin, and then I'm going to have Rockvin pick her up and bring her to definitive safety. Oh, I am super under attack. Never mind, sorry, Headshot. I should have just picked you up. Kang has been enslaved. Oh, excuse me, but no. What? I'm just gonna get in the prisoner cage. And let me go ahead and unlock my shackles. Alright, Rockvin, if you want to evade them, just get in the water. It's a little cheesy, but... Oh, come on, don't get all those cheeky blows on me before I'm actually in the water. So I need to get Headshot out of there. Rockvin's in no shape to do it. Someone that is not encumbered and can move quickly. Chemo, I'm going to have you attempt to do it. No, you're all sorts of messed up. Or nope. Ruka, nope. Rain, nope. Tora, nope. Sharp point, nope. Man, Foley. No, because you're currently encumbered. Poetic, no. Wow, not at all. Yeah, we need to go heal somewhere else. Maybe I'll try to swim up the river towards the island or something. Just get them away from me. I do want to grab Headshot before she's, like, also enslaved. Halt, you criminal. I'm not doing any crimes. They enslaved me. There. No, just throw me in the clink. Yeah, okay. Yeah, King is safer being in lockdown than he is anywhere else. Alright, I did see one samurai up ahead. I'm gonna try to go to the shore and do some healing. God, they're enslaving him again. Alright, well, I'm gonna let my slavers walk King out of there. I'm not that worried about his blade, because I can remake the blade. And you guys want me to have him escape. Okay, that works for me. Whatever you're doing, Fang, don't. Headshot is unconscious, but she's gonna regain consciousness soon. Alright, I'm gonna have Rockfin go grab her. I do have a samurai coming in for me, though. Noted. Fang, stop that. No, all of you, stop it. All of you, go rendezvous up there. Nope, samurai's coming for me. Let's get in the water. Alright, Rockfin has Headshot. Get in the water. Alright, King, where are you? You are being slave marched. And you still have autonomy, which is strange. So I'm going to have you come that way. See if I can't break from the rest of the group. So once the UC samurai sort of like lose interest in me, I can make a break for it. So Cowley is still in a recovery coma, as is Trapper Keeper, and then Headshot has a blood loss KO, so it's going to be important for me to patch Headshot up soon. I just want to do it when there's no one trying to murder me. There, now she's good. And Kang, who are you? More samurai. Let me evade that group. Who's fast in this group? Rain? You're still fast. You pick up McNauer, because McNauer's not really moving. Alright, Els will help to pick Kang's shackles off. Kang luckily has a gazillion extra shoes. What do you guys... Why? What possible... Dear Lord, what are you... You're not listening to me at all. Yo, you two, stop it. Cut it out. Don't run into the... anywhere. Kang, stop. Yes. Okay, so Els, Mr. Els, go unlock those shackles. You are a lockpick. And they'll be off in no time. Come on. There, they're off. And now we're technically an escape slave. Okay, cool. Let's go hole up away from the road. No, stop trying to be obedient. Oh my god, I'm going to pick you up, Kang. Wait it. Okay, yeah, let's pick him up. I want to get it out of the hostile area. You're no more body autonomy for that Kanger, because he's drunk. Jobs doesn't really matter if they're on or off or not. I think what's happening is they're pathfinding like idiots. There we go. A little bit better. So as soon as I get away from Drifter's Last, I'm going to set up camp and just try to heal the ones that need healing using Kang's backpacks or camp gear. Starting to think I need to reload. Yeah, it's possible. We'll see once he's healed up and all. So in order to heal him up, obviously I'm going to need some food, but let's put Kang down. Alright, seems like Kang is no longer trying to, like, be a good slave and run back to the owners, so let's hope that that remains to be true. And then anyone that is currently out of commission can be recovered. Oh, headshot, stay in the bed. Who's holding Trapper Keeper fully? Alright, well, not elegant, but a recovery. So the other thing I'm going to want to do is to spread the weight around so that we're not super encumbered. That way, if something in the future attacks me, I have a means to get away. So that was part of the problem, is we had so much gear on us from that combat that I couldn't run. So, do some weight exchange. So, McNauer and Trapper Keeper have weight to spare. Okay. Ruka needs to give up something more. And we'll give to Turda. Alright, Turda's a little slow, so let's try to balance that out. Okay, that works. Alright, Ruka's good again. Sharp Point definitely needs to balance it out. Let's give some of this to Chemo. Oh, Sharp Point really doesn't have any carry weight. L's, just those stabs. They don't really matter. And then... God, the problem is we're just not very strong, so it's tricky to spread it out like this. I may need to ditch some gear. Occupation's up to me as long as you get to fight with the group. No one will sit out. That's sort of a rule of this, is everybody fights. So, heavy polearm. Oh, and the pole is still up, yeah. Sorry about that. One of the problems of, like, being DJ and all that stuff is easy to miss things. So Headshot has a really bad leg injury that's going to slow her down. Jackbot is definitely holding way too much stuff. Let me get rid of the staff. And then spread the rest of the weight around. I get rid of all these stabs, because they're not worth really anything. Okay, what we'll try to do is we'll try to, like, get over to the waystation, even if we're moving really slow, to sell all this stuff. And then if I have to ditch for speed, I can ditch for speed. So, heavy polearm? Sure. I'll set that up. Let's go over to the roster here. And we have weapon preference. Let's do heavy polearm. So we already have someone that does polearm. You want to do the full Jaffa Cree, like the Jaffa stabs. I get it. I understand what you're going for. I'm going to fast forward time just a little bit more, trying to get Headshot's leg into a usable state. We are going to be bingo food. Totally out of food. King is going to need an extra weapon. Yeah, that's a good point. Because his weapon was stolen. And we'll give him a horse chopper, because that's a weapon that he's somewhat familiar to use. We're also going to need to make room for the sleeping bags, but I'll do that in a second. Alright, so Headshot's moving about 7 miles an hour. Very, very slow. Well, that's actually pretty fast for a leg injury, but slow for, you know, Kenshi. And luckily, I've been entirely left alone here. Another thing to note is... Oh, God, oh, God. Hi. I spoke too soon. I'm not even wanted by these guys, so it should be fine. Yeah. Hello, goodbye. Yep, nothing to see here. Totally normal. Bunch of people hanging out. Checking the rest of our injuries here. Rain has pretty bad injury to be tended to as well. Oh. Who's fighting? More outlaw farmers. Good luck with you. But as soon as Headshot can... Whoa. You got somewhere to be. Alright, she can move at 12 miles an hour. That's fast enough for me. So, everybody up. And let's get out of here. Because I got stuff to do, right? Alright, so who has some weight? Callie, you have some weight. And... Headshot, you got some weight. Actually, Headshot, you really don't have weight, because you're injured. Alright, I have no idea who the slowest person is, but we're going to move as a group, and we're going to head northeast to that waystation. Or, hopefully. How long does it last? Usually about 100 hours. So, 95 hours left. The problem is, he has a bounty of 10k, so he might always be wanted. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Who was the idiot picking a fight with multiple Garu? Outlaw swordsman? You dummy. I don't have any heavy weapon users, Sky. No one has made that. And also, I don't want to train strength yet, as I explained pretty thoroughly in last stream. There's sort of a... I'm not trying to min-max training, but there is sort of like an order of operations for training, unless you want it to be much, much more difficult for yourself, and strength sort of comes last in that meta. Now, the good thing is, Kang, with his current clothing, does not look like a slave really at all. So he can be... He's going to be hard for people to even realize that he's an escaped slave. So that's a pretty good benefit. Hey, buddy. There you go. Yoda's too cute. Make sure we have everyone. Yep. Cool. And here's the waystation, so we made it. We made it out of there. Turning passive off, just in case people want to fight. Although I'm not wanted here, so they shouldn't care. And the mechanic shop tends to have a lot more money than the bar, so we'll start offloading. Cool. And this should be a pretty good amount of money. I don't know if it pays for the effort and pain that we went through, but it pays for something. The blueprints they have here don't matter to me. We're up to 16K. Well, that was disturbing. All right, 16K. What is going on here? Oh, a bone dog just wants to tangle. All right, so Headshot is moving a little bit too slow for our return trip, so I will rent a bed for her. And I think that's probably the only one I'm going to rent a bed because everybody else is moving at reasonable speeds. Even if they are injured, we'll heal up at home. So then at this point, I'm going to have the people that have sleeping bags trade them to Kang. Who else took some? Teal. Alright, good. All squared away. Fast forward. And as soon as Headshot can move it faster than 18 miles an hour, we'll start to head home. Which should be pretty soon, because she's already at 17 miles an hour. The bone dog is free food. Yeah, true. I just bought a whole lot of food, though. Looting. Here we are. And I guess I'll cook the bone dog up while we wait. I have to go far away from the outpost in order to do that, though. I pulled Headshot out of bed. She's probably healed up enough. Yeah, it's close enough. Alright, everybody fall Headshot, and Headshot, you're gonna head home. Now, because we did run ourselves basically out of food and I was forced to cook up some bone dog meat and then buy some meat wraps, we will be hunting turtles on our way home as a method to feed ourselves. Turtles are very easy to kill, so I shouldn't really get that hurt doing it. Fingers crossed. And soon we'll be in the South Wetlands. More manhunters wanting to pick a fight. I'm not going to pick that fight, just because I want to get home. Alright, so here's some swamp raptors. A small group of swamp raptors. They'd be easy to kill, but they're pretty worthless in terms of resources. More swamp raptors. Oh, there's some turtles. On the crest of that hill up top. And who are you? Oh, some red sabers. Maybe the red sabers will pick a fight, but there's only like 6 of them. That shouldn't be that hard for us to kill. Famous last words, it will be easy? No, honestly, this is easy. The swamp turtles are stupidly low skill. Except for the ones that are landing hits. But hey, that's good for toughness. Yeah, they have an attack and defense of, you know, like 6. Right, it's very low numbers. And like the dodo, they are toppling over in almost comical fashion. And now I'm sporting a truly ridiculously absurd amount of meat. So nope, nope. Headshot, I don't know what you're doing. What is she doing? Why would you do that? Leave the red sabers and the swamp ninjas to kill each other. I don't really care. And that's not even all the meat that there was. There's still some meat left on the table. Or on the turtle. Oh my god. The amount of meat that you can get hunting some of these guys is, yeah. So it's obscene. I think, as I've established now. Many times my backpack full over. And I'm out of room. Yeah, 14 per 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 bodies. Yeah, over 150 meat just for freebies. And now the issue is just the logistics of cooking it all. It's harder than it looks. Alright, Rain, you are going to be a carrier of the meat. Oh, something attacked me. Some red sabers? Yeah, some red sabers. Not a small group, well, pretty small group. Unsurprisingly, the red sabers use sabers as weapons. Oh, actually, their group is growing. This is not a zero. It's a pretty foregone conclusion, given that I see a lot more green than red. Yeah, they're getting beat. What a rude way to interrupt a cookout. Alright, headshot, let's collect the meds. There's a lot of Shek in this group. Yeah, no kidding. Point blank. I like headshot. She's got quite a vicious little attitude. This is what you get for ruining my picnic. Alright, Rainifer. She'll be the bearer of the meats. Miss Arby's. Stop running away. So yeah, as you can imagine, honestly, the logistics behind, like, killing and cooking all these turtles is honestly harder than the killing of the turtles. Just trying to get all the meat cooked. Stop running away around. Have everyone group up so that it's easier to kill them up. And then we're standing on the campfires, which doesn't make this any easier. And I'm just right-clicking on it to deliver the meat to it. And I almost have it all cooked. Obviously, there's a lot of red sabers to loot. We'll see if I get around to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna open up at Arby's. No. Seems that way. Okay, we're all healed up. Red Sabers are all wounded, unconscious, or bleeding out, maybe even dead underneath us. And we're just waiting for the rest of them to cook. Rain might need to share some of this meat with other people that have backpacks, because honestly, it is like a back-breaking, crippling amount of it. Which is rather hilarious. How encumbered is she? Yeah, she is pretty sizably encumbered, because she has so many buckets of meat on her. And yeah, there's still more meat in King's backpack. Good call. So I'll have King start to pick it up. The cooked stuff. I do think the, we won't really need to struggle feeding ourselves for a bit. Oh, King is almost already encumbered, so I don't think King is going to be carrying the meats. Rockfin has some carry weight. Oh, hello. You probably should have stayed down, my friend. Oh, no, it's a blood splatter. Oh, God. Oh, God. Ow, ow, ow. Chemo back up. Yeah, see, these things hit like a dump truck. All right, rip its teeth out. And usually when there's one, there's more. Oh, no, it's a red saber. I don't know why there'd be a singleton spider. That seems strange to me. Yeah, they're glass cannons. Exactly. But they're very scary glass cannons because, as you saw with Chemo, they ripped. I mean, you need to be pretty well armored to be able to tank them. Or have ridiculously high block and dodge and melee defense. And toughness. Because, they're scary, man. They're very scary. Alright, Operation Meat Grab. What I'm calling it. Operation Meat Grab commences. Let's get Rockfin to grab some of the ones that got cooked. And now he is pretty reasonably encumbered, so we'll switch over to someone else. Ruka, you'll share some of the carry weight with Rain. So now Rain's moving to 21, Ruka's at 21. Oron, you're the next person to grab meat. And yes, I am aware of the phrasing. But this is literally what we're doing. I think that I'm going to leave the Red Saber's loot unlooted. I don't really care for it. I don't think it's going to be necessary for me to fully loot them, or even logistically a smart idea, just given the slowdown that it will cause. And then the fireplaces that are done, I'll break down, and that will signal when I'm done looting all of the meat here. Yeah, it looks like we're almost done. Why don't I cook all the meat in the base with the stove? I could have. To improve my cooking skill. But I'd rather have it now for the march home. So who is slowest here? Let's do a quick inventory. Dilk moving at 14 is probably the slowest. 14 is a little bit slower than I'd want him to be. But that's because of his right leg injury. So we got some swamp ninjas on the horizon to avoid. And we're just trying to do the march home now. Oh, no, the swamp ninja's coming to me. Sort of. Alright, so the current goal is to head home. That's it. That is the sole goal. I already have a splint kit, and he's already splinted. Yeah, if I stop and try to splint him again... Yeah, he doesn't require splinting at this point. But I already had the splint kit. Deliciousness! Thank you for the resub. Do I have to go through laser territory? No, laser territory is really far away. Laser territory is over here. And we're down here. We have to go through the swamp. But we're hugging the west edge of the swamp, so we're probably going to avoid most of the blood spiders that are in here. Fingers crossed. So that was very funny, trying to kidnap that guy. Clearly, when they're unconscious, it's not illegal. As soon as they gain consciousness, it's illegal. And I waited a little bit too long, grabbed him, and now King is, like, wanted for life by... Actually, maybe not. His bounty, I think, is with these slave traders, and eventually he'll not be a slave anymore. So it's possible that that bounty decays over time. On the trip home, I'd also like to hit up waystations. So there is... there's a waystation here, I think. Well, there's one here. No, there's no waystations down there. Yeah, I'll just go to the nearest waystation. This one. On my way back. Headshot and Teal'c are competing for the slowest runner. King's not down to 1%. So the way this works is looks like a slave is based upon the gear that they're wearing. So he's not wearing clothing that makes him look slave-like. So if I wear gear, see, looks like a slave 1%. And then if I start to strip down like I'm naked and poor, as you can see, that looks like a slave is going to increase to 30%. If I manage to put his weapon away, possibly even higher. So that's essentially like a chance for him to be found out. A chance for slavers to go, oh, you know, you're an escaped slave. We're going to arrest you or whatever. So when you're in gear that... Oh, hi. I didn't realize I had tag-alongs. Battle be joined. You know, I let the last of you go. What I gotta say is, these fights have been really glorious for the experience. Most of our guys now are mid-30s in terms of, or low 30s in terms of combat attack, which is great, because I was probably mid-20s when I left. And now we've gone up like 30% in combat skill just by the fights that we've been picking. And I haven't been shying away from them either. You know, I've been happily diving into these fights every time they come to me, except for the ones with the samurai guards, because those samurai guards, that would have just straight killed us. All right, we are done there. Good job, sabers. Now, if you're wondering, just because I can take out a few Red Saber guards does not mean that I can march into the Red Saber base and do anything but get my butt kicked. So it's also important to note that just because I'm successful at clearing a few of the patrols, the base is a whole different can of worms, and we're not ready to do that yet. We're getting there. Once we have some reasonable gear, we'll be closer to that goal than we are now. But it's going to take a little while to get the appropriate gear and armor. Who are you? Crawl's chosen. Well, they're going to want to fight too. I'm just trying to get home. If they pick a fight with me, I'll fight. But I just want to make it to the way station. Make sure that everyone's here. Yep. I'm not necessarily Meito hunting, no. This is a roleplay series, so we're not hunting Meito for the sake of hunting Meito. We're hunting leaders because we're enemies with the leaders. If they happen to have Meito weapons, cool. If they don't, that's not the priority. We're not min-maxing, we're not treasure hunting, we're not doing any of that nonsense. It has nothing to do with what we're doing here in this series. It's a roleplay series, so if it doesn't, if it's a Meito weapon, we don't really care unless it's being wielded by someone like Esata or Flying Bull or, you know, an enemy of our faction. So, to that end, it does make sense to attack the Red Sabers because they've attacked us. So, you know, we're not Meito hunting all the Meito weapons. We certainly have just about no reason to go into the Ashlands. We have no reason to fight United Cities, except for a few noble hunters that have picked fights with us. So there's a lot of Meito weapons out there. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Meito weapons are the highest quality weapons. You can't craft them. They're unique. There are 30-something of them. There's pretty much one of every type, except there's like 2 long swords and a few wakasashis. There's multiples of them. And in a lot of Kenshi series, it's sort of like the in-game goal to collect all the weapons, but it just doesn't, from a lore standpoint and roleplay standpoint, it doesn't make sense for us to do that, so it's not one of our goals. Tumbling, thanks for the raid, buddy. How's it going today? You were playing RimWorld. What series you got going on now? Tell me about it, because I'm not up to date with your content. I will shamefully admit. And I'm doing pretty well. I just got my butt kicked down in Drifter's Last, and I'm trying to get away from there and get home as fast as I can. We're almost at the waystation. I don't really have anything to sell at the waystation, though, so I'm not entirely sure why I'm running there. Just check in, I guess. Maybe to buy some research books. Show me what you got. King, you have carry weight for research books. I gotta sell some of these sandals because I don't need them all. 25 research books. Bada bing, bada boom. There it is. That arm is a right arm. Rockvin lost a left arm, so I don't need to check that arm. It won't benefit me at all. That, and it was a specialist quality, so it was probably about 20k, and I had 9, so we wouldn't have been able to afford it anyway. Kimo, you're falling behind. Yep, you got a big old leg injury, don't you? So, we're in... I might as well check Squin for recruits. I think I already did when I recruited Rain, Kang, and Ruka. But I'll check it again just in case I missed someone. But I don't think I really need to run through Shek territory anymore. Just to note, I also can't trade here. It's one of the rules of the series that we don't trade at all with the Shek. But hiring someone in a bar is not trading with the Shek. That's just hiring someone in a bar. It's a little bit different semantically. Alright. The gate guards wanted to see my gear in case I was smuggling stuff. Oh! Oh! Hey, we? Oh, 2 of them. We and Leaf. I stand corrected. I'm glad I rolled through. Let me go ahead and get the raffles going. So, raffle timer is active. I think what I'm going to do is actually run home and come back for We and Leaf, because it's not like they're going anywhere. They'll be here when I get back, and try to make my money by going home and working the industries at home, rather than to do some temporary mining here, because we're a quick jaunt away from home. So that makes a lot more sense. But there's the raffle timer, so if you want to be eligible for Wee, Leaf, and potentially anyone else that's in Squin, and you're a subscriber of mine who does not currently have a character in the series, feel free to type something in the chat to be eligible, and I'll raffle that off once the timer hits 0. So at this point, what I want to do is, the current goal is to weapon and armor craft, and then recruit. So I think what I'll start to do is to make the armor with chemo once chemo's healed up. Vredog, thanks for the resub. All 28 months of it. I might need a second squad. Yeah, true. I'm getting pretty close to the squad max of 30. I don't think I'll need a second squad anytime soon, because 19 more is quite considerably more than I think I'm going to add in the near future. And I might even cap it off at 30 and not go any higher. But we'll see about that. Alright, so first things first, I'm sending everybody into the base to heal those that are most wounded. And then everybody else, jobs can be turned on. Oh, good. Ruka, you got yourself stuck. And, Kang, I need you to drop your books off. 25 books now. That should unlock a considerable amount of stuff. So let's see. Medium building shells, I don't really need just yet. I will take... I will take battery stuff. Cool. That's just about all the battery tech. Posse Panda, thank you for gifting out to Sky. And Delta, thank you for the follow. Alright, so what's going to be important for me to remember, and maybe I'll ask you all to help me remember this, is Trapper Keeper needs to make a katana for Kang. Kang got his weapon jacked when he was arrested, so that's going to be something needed to do. And then all the other proceeds that we make here in the base will go towards those recruits that I will send, like, Rockvin down to go recruit. Rockvin, you know, I'm not going to offload the meat in my backpacks just yet on Rockvin, so we can eat out of that backpack. But the one that Oron has can be dropped off, and Ruka, I don't need to encumber these guys with meat. I can put them in the bin. Tilk, you need a job, don't you? Petrol didn't really say what Petrol wanted you to do, so for now I'm going to have you help out with the building material processing, just because I don't have anything better. And then Fang, you're healed up enough. Go work the electrical bench. McNauer, you healed up enough. Go work the plates. Trapper Keeper made a blade for Kang, so give that to Kang. And Kang, here's your blade. You're going to sell the other one. And you heal. Oron heals up. And I'm going to try to get everyone roughly around max health. Tilk is a good cook. Oh yeah, he is a good cook. Dang. Okay, hold on. Let me enter that in skills. I'll show you the roster for a second. So skills, cook. Now the thing is, Foley and Cowley wants to be a cook, so just because you have skills as a cook doesn't necessarily mean you have to do it. I just realized that yeah, you are a cook for sure. Alright, we have some starving bandits that need attitude readjustment. I just fast-forwarded through that because they're so below my power level that we don't really need to pay attention to that. King, now that you're on your feet, Oron heals, Ruka heals. King, what kind of money do you got? So for case, any weapon, any occupation, cool. So you can you'll be Phil. I'd like to buy the Naginata's blueprint, but I'm going to save up for those recruits. And speaking of recruits, one goes out to Cruzio. So Cruzio, you've won one of those 2 recruits. Congratulations. And I'll raffle off the other one in just a second. The second one. Turtonator won again. Alright, so obviously Turtonator's already Turta, so I'm going to re-roll that in just a second. Rigged. Seems like it sometimes. Alright, King. 61 hours of looking like a slave. Brutal. Oh, Rain. You did not drop your meat off. Look at this meat. Meat apocalypse here. King, you are going to go run into Squin. Because you don't really have another job, so you're going to be Mr. Recruit. And the next is Dom SEB. So Dom, congratulations. And all I'm looking from you is a name. So from you and Cruzio, just @tag me when you come up with a name. Or a moderator to get my attention. And congrats. Okay, Cruzio wants to pass. That's very kind of you. So I'll re-roll yours in just a minute. And RB3900. Okay. Looking for a name for you. Name him Giso. Okay. Giso. And then you can also pick like weapon, occupation, etc., 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 etc. If you so choose. Poetic, you're healed up enough. Chemo, you're going to rest. Chemo's armor smithing is 46. Still making these standard quality. Thank you for watching Kenshi Shek's Conquest, which originally streamed live on Twitch November 4th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, please let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. Thank you so very much to my Twitch subscribers, for which the characters in the series are named after, and my Patreon patrons. Without you all, my channel would simply not exist. I will catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Shek,